doctor just mentioned Focalin, and now you're thinking, isn't that just Ritalin with a new name? Not quite. I actually prescribe Focalin on purpose, for some patients, and for others, I avoid it like a bad blind date. Why? Because of a tiny chemistry detail that most doctors skip, one that could explain your side effects, your crashes, or why your meds just don't feel right. By the end of this video, you'll know which group you fall into, and how to finally get meds that actually work for your brain. And who am I to pull back the curtain on a pill that's half chemistry, half confusion? My name is Dr. Sulman Aziz Mirza, triple board certified in adult psychiatry, child and adolescent psychiatry, and addiction medicine. And I've spent years matching the right molecule to the right brain and watching what happens when everyone else gets it wrong. On the surface, Ritalin and Focalin look like twins, but in your body, they act like frenemies. Here's the chemistry most doctors don't explain. Ritalin, or methylphenidate, is made of two mirror image molecules, like your left and your right hands. One fits the brain, the other just takes up space. Which means every Ritalin pill is half useful and half useless. Your liver still has to clean up both of them though. And here's the twist. Most useless parts don't just sit quietly. They clog up receptor sites like people standing in a doorway, blocking access but doing nothing. That's not neutral, that's interference. Focalin, or dexmethylphenidate, skips the filler, just the part of your brain that actually wants. It's like getting a house key that turns the lock on the first try, instead of fumbling with 4 lookalikes. That's why 5 milligrams of Focalin can hit like 10 milligrams of Ritalin. You're not getting more medication, you're getting rid of the excess baggage. And that baggage can cause real problems. Side effects like nausea, headaches, or that wired, jittery feeling that often comes from the inactive parts of Ritalin. With Focalin, it's a cleaner ride, faster onset, smoother fade, no unnecessary drama. This isn't just about ADHD meds either. The same active and inactive molecule problem shows up in other drug classes, like antidepressants and pain meds. It's one reason why some patients feel off, even if the drug is technically working. But just because it's cleaner doesn't mean it's better for everyone. Here's who actually benefits from that chemistry shift. So, who actually needs Focalin? Not everyone, but for the right person, it's a total game changer. The first type of patient I think about is what I call the gut puncher. These are the folks who take Ritalin and feel sick within the hour. Nausea, cramps, no appetite. It's not the active medication causing that, it's those useless molecules riding shotgun. Focalin strips those out. Just the part your brain wants. Nothing extra for your gut to fight. And here's something people forget. Your digestive system isn't just a tunnel. It's packed with chemical sensors and immune defenses. Every unnecessary molecule is something your body has to process or reject. So if your stomach clenches after meds, that's not just how it is. That's a signal. Make sure to bring it up with your doc. The second group is what I call the crashers. These patients feel great all morning and then crash hard around lunchtime or after school. It's not just their ADHD coming back, it's worse. They get irritable, snappy, even emotional. A lot of people think that's just part of being on stimulants. It's not. That crash is avoidable. Focalin fades cleaner. No mood whiplash, no emotional hangover, just a gentle slide back to baseline. Lastly, there's the third group, the super sensitives. These are the patients who feel every side effect in the book. Adderall makes their heart race, vitamins destroys their appetite, Ritalin gives them splitting headaches. But with Focalin, half the dose, half the chaos. Insensitivity isn't weakness, it's chemistry. Some people just metabolize meds faster. Others just have more reactive nervous systems. Focalin works for them because it delivers a benefit without feeling like they're on something heavy. One patient told me it's like focus, but I still feel like me. And that's the real goal, right? Not to feel medicated, to feel normal, clear, yourself, just with fewer roadblocks in the way. So, Focalin sounds great, right? clean chemistry, quick results, but for the wrong brain, it can absolutely wreck your day. I avoid it for 4 very specific types of patients, and if any of this hits close to home, it's worth paying attention. The first group I avoid it for are the rebounders. Those are the folks who don't just return to baseline when their meds wear off, they crash. Hard. They're calm and focused all morning and then bam, meltdowns, mood swings, total chaos. It's not just ADHD symptoms coming back, it's withdrawal. The reason? Focalin hits fast, and for some, leaves fast. It's like driving with cruise control and suddenly someone slams the brakes. Your brain doesn't get a chance to adjust. For these patients, the crash is worse than no medication at all. They need something that eases in and fades out gently, not a light switch. The second group are the anxious types. Their baseline is already jittery, so when Focalin floods the system, it feels like drinking 3 espressos on an empty stomach. They don't feel more focused, they feel panicked, heart racing, hand shaking, can't sit still, but they also can't concentrate. These patients usually do better with meds that build slowly, like Ritalin LA or Concerta, something with a ramp up instead of a slingshot. Third, there are the all-day people. Think ER nurses, teachers, parents. Their day doesn't end at noon, and that's when Focalin typically wears off. Redosing might be an option, but it's not always realistic, especially if you're working a 12-hour shift or chasing kids around all day. For these folks, longer acting meds make life simpler and more stable. And finally, I avoid Focalin for the forgetters. These are the patients who struggle with consistency, who miss doses, forget pills, they lose track of time. With a short acting med like Focalin, missing a dose means you're fully unmedicated until the next one. There's no cushion. Luckily, however, there is an extended release version of Focalin called Focalin XR. I know, very original name. So, using the extended release instead of the immediate release formulation of Focalin may be your best bet, as it comes in 1 pill once a day, covering you for hours. No crash, no roller coaster, and less pressure to remember perfect timing. So yeah, Focalin works beautifully for the right person, but for the wrong one, it creates more problems than it solves. The best ADHD medication isn't the one that's most popular. It's the one that fits you. Some brains do great with Focalin's clean, fast hit. Others need something slower, gentler, and longer lasting. That's not failure, it's just chemistry. So if your meds are making you feel off, anxious, foggy, or like you're constantly rebounding, don't ignore it. Those aren't quirks, they're clues. So here's what you can do. Today, ask your doctor these questions. Could my side effects be from the inactive ingredients? Do my crashes suggest I need a smoother med? Is my dose doing too much or not enough of the right thing? These questions can turn a 5-minute refill appointment into a real treatment conversation. And sometimes that's the difference between struggling through the day and finally feeling stable. And if you're wondering what other options might actually fit you better, you can check out my next video, where I break down the top 5 ADHD meds that I actually prescribe to my patients. Because the right med isn't just about focus, it's about finally feeling like yourself again. Until next time, be safe and be well.